regulator, too deep, snow bunnied up. And I'm checking papers, too much ice in the face. I can't read today. You say you never had a real nigga, you gon' learn today. I'm working on my credit shit, I might just take a trip today. Big doggies like to have oranges on the golden plate. My life's smooth, I'm not gonna really listen down the golden gate. Money reaches the see me now on bottom lit. I know that you're trying to go me, I run up the cash, you know the spin. Ready, killing it, did it again. I'm ready, it's in, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. What you said about it? What you said, okay, okay. I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. They don't back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last. Cali shit, nigga.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Throwback. You tripping.
She flying in from DC for the weekend, and she tryna link up right now. I can take you hiking and shit, do a couple things, take you out to eat, afterwards, do the ice cream. I don't need you going through my phone.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Good Lord.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Touchdown, Detroit. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. 50.
plant. Any weapons? Hey, high 7. Back. 5.
Off play action. Lawrence. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shift. Check nickel.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Shit. Hey, watch the ship. Shit.
Yep. Hey, Alpha. Lead grip.
To throw again. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A'Shawn Robinson. Too much to handle that time. Gets the sack.
Spot 61. Matchbox lights.
Watch the edge. 36.
Go. Bravo. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Just play that.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Darnold. And the catch made by Johnson. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
You'd have never heard.
Third and 2, Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Black. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
third down. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete.
Come on, Galladay.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Everybody
They'll run it with Johnson. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Johnson running right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Check, check. Lucky.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Watch out. Shift.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Pittsburgh. 2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
Check it backer. Watch twins.
Go.
Watch twins.
Get ready.
On first down, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Go, go.
Check 53.
Don't get nervous. Now.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Lawrence. That's caught inside the 20. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Hey, two. Under crunch.
It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm chilling for the whole summer.
Mike, 53.
Back to throw again. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. On second down now, it's Hubbard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
6-6. Pull it high.
53 at the line. 53 at the line.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it
That
falls
wasn't gonna be good for
incomplete.
you,
It'll
bro.
be second
That was not
down.
gonna be good for you.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
It's gonna be a cold summer. People trying to take it so from me. Calling money, got my own number. It's gonna be a cold.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Oh my God.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Darnold from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was
Give me that. Coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson.
Oh, come on, bro.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Johnson, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It don't stop. You feel like disrespected Joe Block.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
So we get slap happy up here sometimes. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
Come on, bro.
Here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
That was weak. Look at that. Look at that. Look at where. Get the fuck.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Darnold down to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Lesson by lesson.
Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. The shotgun snap for Darnold, and that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10.
Excuse me.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Number 53.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Hey.
53, check 53.
From the gun, Lawrence. They'll let this go for the end zone. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. No problem there on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
Being my lady, shit.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Darnold now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Here's Darnold. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I can't kick that.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
I'm taking now full steps. Check, even this, bitch.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
You know what he's coming with when we see that.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Darnold. Going for him, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check that. 52 right here.
Hey!
52's in light. Watch light. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Hey, Mike, 52.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Flush to his right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the...
Come on, bud.
Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there.
That
His
shit in
first
two
touchdown
fucking
of the new season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Darnold. And the catch made by Hilton. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Darnold. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, let's go.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. You're trapped. Let's go. Has got Mike, number 53.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Man, it's caught inside the 10. That all the way in. Touchdown.
Boy.
Michael Gallup. His
Totally
first touchdown here of the
yeah,
campaign. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
It'll be under that.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hatch it. Hatch it. Banjo.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And the pressure gets to him again.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line.
Ready? 60 or.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Rocked up.
Hey, high 7. 5.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready?
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Coming in.
2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber. Bravo.
53. Mike. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Hey, Orbit.
Check 53 to Mike. Check 53.
Let's go.
Never.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught at the 10. All the way in. Touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Point after, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
Good Lord, that nigga beat him the fuck up.
He's not even team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
On the ready.
52. Got to do better. Come on.
Hey, Haywood. Greystone, Travis, hit it.
On 1st down, Lawrence. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Gallup with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Lions on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now back to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Black.
Oh, you don't know how to stop
reason
your
not
own
to try it
YouTube,
there.
you know?
They do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Oh, fucking man.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game and still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Darnold completes it, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to do.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Hey, watch this.
looks like he'll throw here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They give to Johnson going right. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Look at me, sit down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
He's not going to get me. He's checking crap. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 15, check 15. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up. Yep.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back to throw. Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.